Miracles Aboagye and Sammy Gyamfi appeared on Newsfile, where the two of them went head to head. And of course, at the end of the day, truth prevails. It doesn't matter how long lie takes, truth will always prevail. Look, Miracles Aboagye tried so hard to propagate certain falsehoods, and it was a stitch in time that saved the nine that Sammy Gyamfi was right there on the set and was able to counter those lies with facts. And so Miracle was left there, didn't know what to do, and the only option for him was to get on social media, on Twitter, and tweeted, forwarded or tagged Sammy Gyamfi's post, and then tried to laugh at it. People got into that post, and they did give it to him woto, just like that. I was so excited because look, Miracles lies a lot. This guy lies, so people think he's fluent, so he lies, and people think he's factual. No, he's not. Now let's listen. He put two major falsehoods out there, and Sammy Gyamfi sweetly countered them. We're going to listen to the first one. We'll come back, and then we'll go on the second one. This is GS First Media, where we say ages are cities without fear and favor.
You say that they have copied your manifesto, and in some points it is lifting and simply pasting.
Some of them.
Right. Show us a couple of that.
Oh, for example, we mentioned from the get-go, we mentioned that we're going to ensure that every single person with disability in this country go to tertiary education for free. We mentioned, you remember we mentioned. We mentioned from the get-go.
A few moments later.
He says we have stolen their manifesto promises, and
some,
exact words.
Some.
Yes, he said in some cases we lifted promises from their manifesto, and you challenge him to give you just one example.
PWDs.
Look, I am demonstrating to you that he is a liar. Look, the promise to make tertiary education free for all persons with disability was contained in the 2020 manifesto of the NDC. He doesn't know. I'll prove to him. Anybody watching me, Google NDC 2020 People's Manifesto. Check page 74, item T. So the paragraph is 7.26, tertiary education. And it says the next NDC government will, you come to T, provide free tertiary education for persons with disability. So why will you come and sit here and lie that we've stolen your promise or your policy when it was contained in our 2020 manifesto at a time Bawumia was not even contesting for president? Look, if they are so lazy that they can't read our manifesto before they come and lie, at least what about checking on the internet? This is a story by starfm.com, and my Joe Online did the same story. NDC promises free tertiary education for people living with disability, September 7th, 2020. You come and sit here. This is your stock in trade. Moving from radio station to radio station, telling lies.
Speak to the fact and leave it.
What's the meaning of this?
Samson, on the other hand, is another problem in this country. He's another problem. Samson wouldn't let people to flow to expose lies. Anyway, whatever Sammy has done has spoken loudly enough for people to know that Miracle is nothing but a walking contradiction and a walking lie, full of lies. That is what Miracles is. Now, as if that is not enough, Miracle was able to lie through his teeth by saying NDC staged a walkout when the National Health Insurance Scheme was being introduced in Parliament in 2003. We have documents, or I have documents here that I will show you to prove that Miracle lied. But before then, let's listen to Sammy Gyamfi, how he again swiftly rubbished that, not just by talking, but proving with documents, fact, to show that Miracle again lied in that regard. This guy cannot be trusted. Let's listen to Sammy Gyamfi on the NHIS.
The NDC has this record. In the year 2003, when President Kufuor was going to pass the National Health Insurance Scheme, this is what happened. They did exactly what they are doing to the Free Senior High School and the 2024 elections. National Health Insurance Scheme doesn't make sense. We are not there yet. We are not going to allow you to introduce any tax to pay for health insurance. They actually boycott the passage of the National Health Insurance Act in Parliament. Then they left office. Then they left Parliament. Now President Kufuor implements the National Health Insurance Scheme. fast forward, challenges, difficulties, President Kufuor upgrades it at a point, and that's what upgrades means. At the point he upgrades it becomes national issues, national insurance card. Now you can use your card anywhere you are, wherever you find yourselves. Then in the year 2008, we are going for an election. The NDC now realizes that, listen, we lost the 2004 elections abysmally because the people of this country hooked onto the national health insurance scheme and are holding it dear to their hearts. We cannot continue to denigrate this policy. So what we want to do now is let's latch onto it and hold onto it and pretend as if we love the national health insurance scheme.
A few moments later.
Even going to the foundation. Who told him that it was Kufuor who introduced health insurance? Who told him that? National health insurance. Samson, me, when I talk about something, I don't say it's on my laptop. I read it to you and I give you sources. So Google the story. Government must accept useful minority suggestions. Dated 26th April 2000. Who was the president? Jerry John Rawlings and the NDC. Ghana web story. Read. This is Adokufo, spokesperson on health for the MPP at the time. He says Dr. Adokufo, MP for Menchia on Tuesday, called on the government to accept useful suggestions from the opposition. He noted that the billions of cedis and energy wasted on the single national health insurance scheme could have been saved if the government had not brushed aside the minority suggestion in 1997 that such a scheme was not viable. It was the MPP in 97, 98, 99 who said that it is not possible for Ghana to have a single national health insurance scheme.
He quoted Leocran. That is also fact.
No, we are talking about free SHS. Don't miss. Let's expose them. This is health insurance, and we are educating your audience. So this was their position, because Rawlings had started the piloting. The Cali Check was doing it, and we had started the piloting of national health insurance, and they said it was not possible. And they advocated for a mutual district health insurance scheme. In 2003, they passed Access 50. If he doesn't know, you should go and read. And Section 2 of Access 50, the law of war passed, on the functions of that scheme. In fact, they call it Health Insurance Council. Let me read Section 2 to you. Section 2 of the, I will make reference to it, but anybody watching me, Google Act 650. That is the first Health Insurance Act Kufuor passed in the year 2003. And what it provided for was for the establishment of health insurance schemes. And in fact, let me just Google it quickly and read that to you. Act 650.
I'm sure I made that point.
Yeah, it's important that we educate people.
Okay, so
it's here. I just got it. For the purpose of achieving this object, the council has the following responsibility: register, license, and regulate health insurance schemes. So organizations could have their own health insurance schemes, districts could have their own mutual schemes, and this council Kufuor established through the passage of Act 650 was to license and regulate them. B says supervise the operations of health insurance schemes. This is the law. It was the NDC that came into office, and in 2012, at the time, Professor Mills had even died. President Mahama was acting as president, and we passed Act 852. Let me read Act 852 to you. Act 852 was what established what we have today, the National Health Insurance Authority. And Section 3 of Act 852 says this. Section 2. The object of the authority is to attain universal health coverage. In fact, Section 3, functions of the authority. To achieve the object of the authority shall implement, now not regulate or license or supervise, implement, operate, and manage the National Health Insurance Scheme. This was when National Health Insurance Scheme was.
Right.
So but, you are exposing and advertising your ignorance.
The highlights to
you don't know what you're talking about.
There you have it. Clearly, Miracles didn't know what he was talking about. He was just fabricating that. You could clearly see that he was fabricating that story because there was no documental evidence. He couldn't back it with anything. Now on your screen, you can see government invites proposals on health insurance scheme. This was way back in 1992. And the person who made the photocopy recorded the date as November 12, 1992. This was Ghanaian Times, November 12, 1992. Government invites proposal on health insurance scheme. This was when Jerry John Rawlings won power in 1992. So right after winning power, he invited the proposals on health insurance. Where was Kufuor? Where was NPP then? Now, this is someone who took a photo of their national health insurance way back in 1995, sorry. So after the proposal, the invitation on the proposal of the national health insurance, and it got introduced, this was someone holding their card way back in 1995. Someone in Damongo, it renewed in 1997, again renewed in 98, 2000, 2001, 2002. Where was Kufuor then? Kufuor won power in 2001. So how was Kufuor the one to have introduced national health insurance? Come on, people, come again. Let's expose these people once and for all, man. Now look, this is I don't know which paper this is, but it says NPP criticizes national health insurance scheme. How was it NDC that staged the walkout when NPP were the ones that were criticizing the national health insurance scheme? Come on, man, Ghanaians, it's about time we kicked these people out, because we are more discerning now. They cannot come and lie their ways through power any longer. Miracles is a liar, just like his boss Baumia. They are all liars. NPP is made up of bunch of lies, just as they lied to people and came into power and just took people for fools. That is what they want to do again. Propaganda everywhere. But this time, it's not going to work again. Thanks for being with us. This is GS First Media, where we say it just as it is.